Yo, welcome to the video. All right, so this is gonna be a review of day 36. Yesterday we woke up at 212.7 because we ate bullshit the night before. Yesterday was a workout day, and I remember saying that I was gonna do this Juggernaut Training Systems program. Didn't like it just because the format just doesn't make sense. Um, and I did my own shit, and by doing my own shit, my ass cheeks and my hamstrings are on fire. Yeah, it's on fire. Anyway, so yesterday, the first workout. So let's talk about put that on mute. Boom. So back squats, I was doing 8 to 12 reps. Only got 8 to 10 reps actually. So 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. This one right here is what's this shit called? This one right here is 245 pounds. So while I'm just gonna keep replaying this. So while I'm doing this, as you can see, as I'm getting set up, I'm taking a big breath through my stomach, right? I'm not trying to make my chest puff out. I'm trying to keep my core braced. So when I do this movement, I don't fall forward and I don't arch my lower back too much. Spread your, with my feet, think about it as being like a little wider than shoulder width. It's where you feel comfortable. So when I was growing up, not even growing up, getting used to the gym and especially squatting, I was told feet underneath your hips and then pointing straight forward, right? That's an ideal squat. That doesn't make sense because everybody doesn't have the same body type. Some people are longer, some people longer. Some people are tall, some people are short. Some people have longer limbs, some people have shorter limbs. So what I would say is in terms of like finding your perfect squat stance, where do you feel comfortable squatting as low as you can? Usually it's going to be with your feet a little wider than your hips, toes pointing out. But think about there being like points in your foot where you want to make sure it's making contact with the floor. So the heel, this ball, and then this ball of your foot. And I'm using my hand. But so I got that tip from Jordan. Spread the floor with your feet. So take a deep breath through your stomach and brace your core. And what that means by bracing is two things, right? Brace in terms of like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach and you're trying to brace for that, or brace in terms of like, yo, you're constipating, you're trying to get that shit out. Um, Now, so I did the first 2 sets of 225, 10 reps, and then I did the second 2 sets with 245 for 8 reps, and all of them were resting about a minute. I'm trying to make this in terms of like it's strength endurance, but less about strength and more about endurance because again, conditioning sucks. All right, cool. So I think this one was the second or third set, and I think this is 195 pounds. So I started with 205 and then came back down. Now, when this is at the top, it's above my shoulders, and as I come down, I'm thinking nipples. When I'm also holding the bar, I'm not holding the bar where my palms is flat. I'm trying to keep it as vertical as possible so that the bar is aligned with my forearm. And while I'm pressing, I'm trying to press through the floor and not let my feet dance and breathe through my mouth, exhaling as I'm pressing the bar up. The last one that we did that I recorded, because I did more than this, was barbell bent over rows with an overhand grip. So I'm working more traps and I'm starting it. So how I think about this is like there's a place where I can rest the bar on the bench so that I'm not causing my lower back to be in a bad position for too long. And not even a bad position. I just don't want it working that much as I'm pulling. Because the goal of here is I'm pulling the bar towards my body. I'm not trying to think about holding the bar in that position, working on my back extensors. So it's not I don't want this to be much of an endurance workout for this part. I want this now to be about strength just because I want a stronger looking back. And this is my body front and back after like 2 days of not working out and eating shitty at night. Then for yesterday, what I had was breakfast sandwich, no beef bacon, no chips. So that was a win. Then I went to go and work out, and then afterwards I had a protein shake, and then I cooked this delicious, well not cooked because it's already pre-cooked. I made this delicious meal that was protein pasta, cooked chicken, about 384 grams, spinach, olive oil, and vegan Alfredo sauce. So my macros were on fucking point. One short protein, one short carbs, six short fats, definitely in a deficit. And this morning shows because I woke up at 209 pounds. So that's the end of that video. Now, another part to this video was I got on the phone with a client of mine because she was telling me that she's just feeling anxious and worrying about stuff. And even though worrying is normal, worrying is part of being human, right? If you don't know what's coming next, it's normal to feel anxious and scared that like you don't know what you're doing, something bad is going to happen. just because you're using past experiences versus focusing on the moment right now. So in the moment right now, we're in a pandemic still. We both work in an industry where it involves people. And when it involves people, things become flaky. Then it means that your future is uncertain. And it can feel normal to be worried that you're not as good as you think you are. Income is going to be short. Income might not be enough. And those are things that could possibly happen. But if you go on the other end of that spectrum and think about what could happen in terms of like what's positive, you could randomly get more clients. You could randomly have a company reach out and want to work with you and pay you a lot of money. You could be featured on so-and-so's podcast, magazine, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could go right. It's normal and it's expected for things to go bad because nothing lasts forever. And when nothing lasts forever, we always think about the good things that turn bad, but not about the bad things that turn good. However you choose to deal with what's going on right now, understand that this situation is scary and you've been in scary situations before. And if you've came out of scary situations before, why don't you have the belief in yourself and your capabilities and also belief that good things will come? If the more you work and the harder you work, the luckier you get. When you go through periods of uncertainty, when you go through periods of feeling like you're not good enough and nothing is working, if you give into that energy, then you're more likely to think that you're not good enough and that nothing you do matters, when in reality, everything you do matters. So it's okay to be upset. It's okay to worry. It's okay to not like how things are. What it's not okay is it's not okay to quit. And it's not okay to think that you're not strong enough. And it's not okay to think that you can't get through this. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, understand that this is not the first time you've been in a situation where it could go wrong. But understand that this is another situation and you have another opportunity to prove to yourself that you are strong enough to make it through whatever, right? Because you are resourceful, you do work hard, and then good things happen to good people eventually. Thank you, Airplane. So with that being said, speaking to her and trying to uplift her also gave me a reason to keep working and gave me a reason to keep writing and keep talking and keep doing this. Because if I don't think that this was the life that I want and the life that you want is more than possible, and you should never settle for anything less. Because if you can think about an idea, then that means that you can work towards an idea, and that means that you can build an idea to become reality. It's everything that you see, everything that you see as a product, everything that you see as a result was once an idea. And if you think that ideas can't come true, then what world are you living in? Anyway, too much rambling. Keep dreaming, keep believing, keep working, be somebody. If you made it to the end, I want to say thank you. And also like it, say what's up, and I'll see you tomorrow.